And if you don't support my dad, Aaron, I'll die. Jesus Christ. Teddy, don't say those things. We're going to be fine, bro. We're going to be fine. The winter season's a little tough because, you know, not many flying gigs because it's cold out. But we're going to be okay, buddy. We're going to be okay. Oh, hi. Hey, guys. That was chasing Mike from GemFan's Cinelifter. That was from a while ago. It's not from March 5th, 2015. That's for sure. Okay, enough, doggy. Talking smack over here. Welcome to Whoop Wednesday. We are gonna check the health. So the frame testing has proven to be quite abusive, as to be expected, on the motors of all three of these guys. So I'm going to show you how to check the health of your motors. This applies to tiny whoops or any sized rig. So yeah, that's one of the things that we're going to do tonight. And I'm curious how banged up these guys are. Jesse from Tiny Whoop has a whole bunch of motors coming in. And I want to do I want to order a bunch. I want to get another set of his 0702 32,000s as backups for this rig, and then I want to get a set of the snowblowers and a set of the iGao limited editions. So yeah, I want to see how badly banged up these motors are. I mean, I kind of want extras anyway, but yeah. And I've got another set of Weebleed Screamers on the way, the 702 32,500s. So between those, and then this guy has the 0702 30,000s, which I have a few extras of. So yeah, between these 3 rigs, we should be able to get a set of motors on each one of these soon enough that are nice and clean. I'm pretty sure that I've just bent the motor bells, which is the typical kind of like failure point after loads and loads and loads of really hard crashes on these little fellas. Luckily, the motors are really cheap and stupidly easy to swap out. So yeah, I just didn't. I just don't have a lot of extra motors. I don't have any extra of these 32,000s. I don't have any extra. I do have. No, I don't. I don't have any extra snowblowers, any extra iGao motors, and those 2 are going to be on the Jungle Gym Basher rigs, and they're gonna chew through motors. So yeah. So we're gonna do that. I'm gonna show you guys how to check the motor health. We're gonna take a look at whether or not we can feel, so like so you've got your motor shaft, and here's the motor bell, and then here's the propeller up on top. So one of the things I want to check tonight is where's the motor shaft bending. I think it's bending down here at the base, and then the whole bell is wobbling, and that's causing the propeller to wobble. There's a chance though that the motor shaft is bending up here above the bell, so that the propeller is the only thing that's wobbling. We're going to check that tonight. Basically, I'm going to check that by spinning the motors up with the props on and the props off. And I'm going to put a fresh set of propellers on to each of these. So, yeah, we'll kind of dive into that a little bit. We're also going to continue work on the 1S 65mm Walksnail Freestyle builds over here. Logitech, come on now. I'm also going to restart the Logitech software so that it functions properly, because that's my life. I'm just going to leave that up on the screen for a minute. What else are we doing? We are going to... This is a Q&A live stream, as they all are. Ask any questions that you've got in the chat, and we'll talk about it. It's not the C922, it's the C920. Come on, bro. Function. There we go. What if I turn autofocus off? I really don't want it on. Oh boy, hold on. Yesterday, my dad and I went to the Porsche Experience Center down by the airport and spent a half an hour on their motion control sim rigs, which was absolutely incredibly fun. That's what I got my dad for his birthday, was I got him and I half-hour sessions on their sim setup, and it was awesome. It was really, really, really fun. It was on Assetto Corsa, and then they've got, I think it's D-Log is the name of the company. I'm probably wrong. But it's electromagnetic actuators that they have on the rig to provide motion control. It's an 1.5 inches of travel, but good lord, they do a lot with that. They're able to put like vibrations through the entire chassis, the entire sim rig, I should say, and man, was it cool. It was really, really, really amazing. So yeah, yesterday was an absolute blast. I spent the entire day with my parents. It was great. So yeah, hey, today is November 29th. Ha! I remembered somehow. I only remembered because Kevin Sumner said say the date. And then the last thing we're going to do is mailbag. CMYK has done it again with some really cool graphic design on some padded envelopes for himself and then some for me. And yeah, I'm going to show them off and you guys will be very jealous. And then you'll want even more to join my Patreon. at the $5 and up tier so that you can get in on these giveaways, and maybe in your mailbox you'll have one of these very cool looking padded envelopes. This coming Monday is a giveaway live stream, so the rest of this week is a really good time to hop onto the Patreon, because if you win one of these giveaways, and eventually you will, it will have paid for your Patreon membership for many months. The giveaways are anywhere from like $40 to $100 worth of stuff. So yeah, do it, yo. Jump onto my Patreon. There's a link over on CiottiFPV.com. You're gonna love what you get. You're gonna support a gangly son of a bitch chasing his dream, and you're gonna get to be a part of the madness. So yeah, let's hang together. I've also got a bunch of stickers available on the Etsy store. I'm just gonna Ira Greppo Toft with a $26 super chat. Thank you, brother. He says, "All for the love of flying. Hope you're having a good night, brother. I am having a good night now that I'm hanging out with you beautiful bastards." These are the stickers that are available. If there's any sticker that you see that's not up on the Etsy store, just let me know, and I'll just sell them to you directly. But yeah, whole bunch of really cool stickers. The old school logo, small, holographic. The new logo in matte, Gangly Gang in matte, Micro King, Gangly Gang in holographic. There's a couple of these. Why are there so many of these? Oh, because these are sticker packs. Hey, the sticker packs are back. Because I just realized it. $10 for a sticker pack. You're going to get a Micro King window cling. You're going to get a holographic Gangly Gang. And you're going to get a holographic CiottiFPV. For $10, I'll ship them straight to you. As opposed to me shipping it to like your next door neighbor. And then they walk over to your place with a confused look on their face and say, "What the fuck is the Gangly Gang, you psychopath?" And you'll be like, "Oh, it's my friend on the internet," and they'll slam the door in your face mid-sentence, and you'll be like, yeah, I can see it. But that's okay. You'll then have your package, and having your package is what you want. So yeah, it looks like there's 3 of these little sticker packs left. Again, $10. PayPal me, throw your address in there, tell me you want a sticker pack, and I'll ship it straight on out to you. And then these are supposed to be in this stack of stickers. Hey, also, this is a pseudo sticker pack. It's a sticker sheet, but it's $10 as well. There's 5 stickers on it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Boy, is that hard to do backwards. 5. So you can do this as well. And then this is what I was looking for a minute ago. Here is a whole bunch of the stickers that are available on Etsy. This one is not. Misprint holographic CiottiFPV. That one might not be available. This one's actually clear. The white parts are clear. Little bit of 80s, 90s style there. Old school logo in holographic and big. Old school logo as a magnet. Regular old matte. Kill all carbon for the car fans. You gotta have one of these. Nut grabber. Never give up. And then there's the Apple holographic, and then the regular holographic. This one also belongs in there. This one doesn't belong in there. I have a weird smatter-assing of these stickers. I got these stickers all confoozled. Yo. But now they're much less confuzzled. And then there's a very cool glittery Gangly Gang that I don't have in there. That's super fun. These stickers are all in focus, I promise. I'm just holding them close to the camera, and it's a manual focus setup, so they appear to be blurry, but I promise they're not actually blurry. Cool. So yeah, that's a couple of the things that are going on. That's how you can support me on this crazy journey that is doing FPV as a full-time job with this live stream and flying gigs. Although, like I said, like Teddy said, sorry, the flying gigs do back off a little bit in the wintertime when it's hysterically cold here. And nobody wants to be outside filming music videos or sporting events or whatever the hell else I can talk people into letting me fly my drones at and provide them really cool images and donkeys. So, no, wait, hold on. I was about to hit the mailbag button, but we're not doing it quite yet. Not yet. Let's, who's here? Mick Mucus was first. Christopher R. Besson was next. Kevin Sumner, FP Avery. Free Lojo, Ethan W. True Prelog, Northern Tier. Frank Nicholas, Douglas Otwell, Christopher Besson again. Morton Upshot, Safe Zone FPV, Off Axis FPV. Ethan W. Free Lojo, Gauge Stays Fly, Safe Zone, Brandon's Baked Beans, Flyborg, FTW, FTB, Fun per Ball, Ira Great Boy Toft, Free Lojo, Volusia, Adam Weston, and FPV Grayest of Bushes. Short bus as well. What's up, friends? Thanks for coming. If you want to talk directly to me in the chat, all you got to do is type CiottiFPV. If you do that, it'll light up an orange like this, and I will know to, I won't know to, but I will just read your comment. You can also do a super chat. I would rather you join the Patreon, to be honest, or head over to CiottiFPV.com and do a little PayPal action, because PayPal doesn't take 30% like YouTube does. Teddy, easy, buddy, easy, easy. Daddy's working. Daddy's doing his working thing. I know you don't understand what working is, because you just walk around the house like a little goblin. But, you know, some of us have to pay the bills for your anus to be expressed all the time. This dog's got a stinky anus. Gauge Stays Fly says, good to see you, sir. Hope you're well. I am indeed. Flyborg says, what's up, CiottiFPV in chat. Doggy! Brandon's Baked Bean says, hey, I updated from Betaflight 4.4 to 4.4.3 and flashed my diff back. I have random motors twitching and it doesn't want to fly. What gives? Heard of this? I have not. What the hell's that about? What did you, how come you went from 440 to 443? What was in 443 that you wanted, out of curiosity? I've really not been keeping track. I am so happy with the way 4.3 flies that most of my rigs aren't even on 4.4. Get over here! If you're gonna be down there being an absolute monster animal, you're gonna come up here and you're gonna help Daddy pay bills with your cute face, with your big dumb cute face. Ooh! He fell. Oh God. Freelo just says, have you heard of Hobby Star batteries got from a local shop? I have not. Hobby Star. I've not heard of Hobby Star. Freeloader dropping the Patreon link. Thank you, dude. And cool. I'm all caught up on chat. Let's get going. We got a whole bunch of stuff going on today, and I want to get it all done. On tonight's mailbag, we've got a big old box of padded envelopes, and then we've got a single padded envelope from CMYK FPV, because he is the man with the plan. The most exciting thing in all of these packages, though, is right here on top. Ooh, oh, that gives me the biggest stiffy on earth. I'm trying to get it to catch the light, but as you can see, maybe you can't see it. It's right here. Nope. It's right here. Right there is the USB port. This is the Fat Shark LiPo with USB charging. This is the Fat Shark battery that I absolutely love. 1800 milliamp 2S with the barrel plug, fits perfectly on the goggle strap. Like it hangs on really nice. It's the right weight. It's not too heavy. When they're not super old, they last a good amount of time. And then I can just hook it right up to the USB port to charge it. I don't have to like take this in and out of the strap. Like I literally just let it sit in the strap, and then I put my goggles here on the left of my desk and plug them right in. This way I'm not like wearing the strap down. I'm not, yeah, it's just like the slickest, simplest, cleanest way of having a goggle battery that, yeah, I love the weight of, and it doesn't fall out. It's like every single other goggle battery, no matter how I wrap them up in gaff tape or the cloth hockey tape, they will always work their way out of the goggle strap and fall out. This Fat Shark battery has these big, deep plastic notches here, and the battery strap really hangs onto that nice. It's just like one less thing to worry about. Like I've been on gigs before, and I've like been in a hurry to go somewhere, and the goggle battery falls out, and like luckily it's hit me and I've felt it fall out and I've grabbed it, because otherwise I wouldn't have noticed, and I would have gotten to like the next location that I'm flying from and the goggle battery would have been gone. So yeah, just kind of one of those minor things, but a thing that does matter. So CMYK, thank you so much for this, brother. He just had this laying around, he didn't use it, wasn't using it. So yeah, now I've got two of these, my old beat ass whooped one, and this one, which is a lot newer, has been cycled a lot less, I should say. Thank you, dude. Very, very cool. Look at this very, very cool padded envelope that he had made with some of his artwork. And then I will not show either of our addresses. Well, I guess you can't really see the front because they put stickers over it, but it's styled after like the old school composition notebooks. It even says on the front here, composition notebook, and it's got a couple of lines where you could write like your address on. This is super cool. And then, yeah, CMYK sent a couple things in here. There he is in the chat. Hell yeah. Very, very cool of them to send this over. This will be a great addition to my little box that I keep all the ESCs in. Thank you, dude, for this. I can't believe that I didn't save any of these. I've bought like half a dozen of this ESC. If you don't remember, that is the wiring diagram. That ESC wiring diagram is really not on the internet anywhere. So yeah, now I have it. And then Steven sent a couple of stickers as well, which are always amazing. This is his newest one. That's going to be tough to see. Let's just come on over here. This is one of his new ones. Super, super cool, super detailed. It says CMYK on the screen down there. It's got his logo, and then there's a QR code, and then it's 4.20 volts, of course. And then we've got the macro SD card, Leet AF. A little bit of Bing Bong Fuck Your Life. Gotta have some of that. And then the really cool CMY glittery magic. I have a bunch of these stickers, so these will be going into... I have like 2 or 3 of each of these in my personal collection, so these guys will be going into this coming Monday's giveaways for you beautiful bastards to rep your favorite FPV graphic designer, CMYK FPV. You better hook a brother up. Look how cool that is, yo! Hold on. Look how cool that is. These are 5x7 padded envelopes. These are really nice for the Tiny Whoop giveaways. It's sometimes the 3-inch giveaways as well. I think there was supposed to be a Gangly Gang logo here that I think maybe they missed. Maybe not. I'm not sure, but I believe from the proofs that there was another logo in here. I could totally be wrong though. This is so fucking cool. This is just the coolest thing. So yeah, join the $5 a month tier, and if you win, this will show up in your mailbox with some goodies in it, and you'll just, you know, feel better about yourself as a human being here on Earth. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe you will, maybe you won't. That's on you. But this is so cool. I'm so happy with these. They're fucking awesome looking. Yeah, big old box of them too. Jesus, this is gonna last a long time, which is great. There we go. Oh God, Teddy wasn't here, and then all of a sudden on the couch, he just like, he just looked right at me like, you gonna play with me yet? Man with thumbs? Get up here. Get back up here. Get up here. Get up here. Oh, you little monster. Arr! Ah! Ah! He's a biter. He's a biter, friends. He bites. He's a biter. Bite, 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 bite. Oh, he's biting. He's a biter. Oh, don't get up on the desk. Just relax. Just relax. Can you just relax? If I relax, will you relax? Oh, 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 God. Oh, 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 oh. I don't want him to fall. Oh, God. Oh, oh. He just took a big breath. He just went. Are there any as cute as this one? Oh, oh, oh. Back up off me. Oh, back up off. Oh, 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 oh. All right. I caught a haymaker on that one. Woo! Okay, so CMYK dropping the CiottiFPV.com link. Thank you, dude. He also saying yo gangly gang. And saying those templates are bonkers. LMAO still looks clean. 98% correct. Well, is there's a when you say 98% correct, that there's a, and I could just look where you sent me the the proof. Damn, they look good. Like nobody will ever know that there's a Hey, by the way, some of you may have noticed on the intro, there's a new logo. Here, I'm going to show you. That's not the right one. See it there? See it over here? That's annoying. Quadverse is sponsored, shout out, whatever you want to call it. That's where the FPV Exchange logo was. They pulled the website down, unfortunately. And so, yeah, Quadverse is a micro-specific podcast that's really well done. And I've listened to like half of the first season so far, and it's just super cool. Ethan W says, can we see the logo one more time? We sure can. Look right here. Look, it's right here. Yeah, so it's Quadverse, KWADVERSC, a micro FPV podcast. Check them out on the podcasting platforms, and you'll dig it. Really good stuff in there. And, yeah, support micro folks. CMYK, here we go. Fearing the Adobe apps. Oh, Idea Bucket. Very cool. Very, very cool. I love that. Where are the... Here's where we were talking about it. And... Oh, I see. I see. Okay, so there's not an extra logo there, but on their proofing, it makes the top flap look like it's gonna fold farther down. So yeah, on this is the proof that CMYK sent me, and see, like, so their top flap image here is too long. It's not, and that's what's ending up with a little gap. That's fine. I mean, these will last for so long that like it won't words eluded him. We won't order more for a while, but that's okay. And I mean me. Although actually, I think, well, no, yeah, that's right. Oh, CMYK, I need to send you some. I need to send you a PayPal for those to double up on their on Sticker Mule's daily deals. CMYK put one order in, and then I put another order in for two different designs. The other design should be here tomorrow, maybe. So yeah, that's what's going on with that. Okay, let's dive into it. Let's check out the health of some Tiny Whoop motors, and I can show you what's happening with these and how to diagnose, how to fix, all that good stuff. Is there a battery that's ready here? This one looks like it's closest to being ready. So you are going to plug your Tiny Whoop into Betaflight and go to the motors tab. Let's start with which rig was having the hardest time Monday night. I think it was this Weebleed rig. I think the Weebleed rig motors have really just been absolutely tortured. So I'm going to leave this set of propellers on here that have been absolutely annihilated. And then we're going to pull the props off. We're going to do the test. Then we're going to pull the props off. We're going to do the test again. And then I'm going to put a set of clean, fresh, brand new propellers on. And we're going to do the test one last time. This is the proper way to do it. Brandon Woodford, what's up, dude? Thanks for coming. So plug your rig into USB. Get your battery ready. Fire Betaflight on up. We're going to go into the motors tab and we're going to spin each motor up individually so that we can feel which one is vibrating harder than the others. You guys are going to be able to hear it. I'm just going to be able to, I'm going to be able to hear it and feel it with my fingies. So we're going to connect here. We're going to come over to motors. And we're just going to use this. No reason to use like the motor direction or the reorder motors wizards. Just come down here. I understand the risks. It's a Tiny Whoop. That's the only rig that you can do this without pulling the propellers off. And now we're just going to go individually, one motor at a time, and just move it up. All of the vibrations are going to happen at around 1300. So I'm going to zoom on that. Oh, fart. Got to re-click this. All right, so just listen. Just listen. You're going to be able to hear where the majority of the vibrations are. Ready? What? What's happening? Okay, listen. Ready? All right. Hear that in there? Hear how bad that sounds? Listen to that. Oh. And now up here it's a little smoother. And then up there it's even smoother. All the vibrations, and you'll feel it in your little fingies, all the vibrations happen between 1200 and 1300, sometimes a little bit over 1300. But just move it around in here, and you're going to find a range where it's where it vibrates more. And just remember that amount of vibration. All right? And listen. So that's one. We did motor 1 here. Ready? We go to motor 2. Motor 3. Oh, God. Motor 3 is in bad shape. Motor 2 is very clean, by the way. You could probably hear it. Motor 3 is a fucking mess. And here's motor 4. Sometimes you can even catch an RPM where it's vibrating in a strange way. And then you can kind of push on the duct and see what the hell's going on. All right, so this rig, I'll do it one more time so you can hear it. So, motor 2 is very clean. Motor 4 is somewhat clean. Motor 3 is hot goddamn garbage. Motor 1 is warm garbage. Hopefully you can hear that. I can absolutely feel it in my fingers. I can feel it in my toes. If we Christmas... yeah. So motors 1 and 3 are the worst. That is unusual. Usually motors 2 and 4 are going to be the worst, because those are the motors that are in front. Yeah, Brandon. The motors in front take the majority of the abuse. I think what happened on this rig is when the first prototype frame broke, I moved the motors over to this other prototype frame that Zotex sent me. I'm sorry, when the V1 prototype frame broke, I moved it over to this V2 prototype frame that's been indestructible, and I think I reversed the motors by accident. And so, yeah, CQB FPV, if you don't have the reorder motor tab, you're not on a new enough version of Betaflight, basically. So yeah, that's what I think happened, is that these rear motors that are the noisiest were on the front, and I was beating them up on the front. So we know that these two motors are shaking really hard with the propellers on that I've been beating up on. Let's now take the propellers off, and we're going to see if we can hear and feel as drastic of a vibration from these rear motors versus the fronts. And then we'll put a fresh set of propellers on, and we'll kind of debunk whether or not the propeller blades are getting bent up and causing some of the vibrations. Depending on where the motor shaft is bending, above versus below the bell, that's what's gonna, that if the motor shaft is bending below the bell, then I should be able to feel the vibrations with the props off. If it's bending above the bell, I really won't. It'll be really difficult to feel the vibration. So now the propellers are off. Let's find out. I don't know. I'd never really thought about that before. The dog just put his little chin on my knee under the table, just like, you won't play with me. Why won't you play with me, Daddy? I'm sorry, buddy. I'm working on it. We can hang out at 10 o'clock Eastern, bro. Adam Weston loves the quadverse. Me too. I'm a new quadverser, but I'm loving it. All right, same deal. Understand the risks, and then we're just gonna run each one up. And this is gonna be a lot harder for you to hear, so I'm gonna just shut the hell up. Oh man, there's like no noise. There's like no sound at all. I don't have enough run on this cable to get this close enough. I might just have to give you the dialogue, but I'll try it again. Yeah, no, it's not picking anything up. So I'm just gonna talk over it. So this is motor 1. In that 12 to 1300 range, I can feel a little bit of vibration. The dog just sniffed the tiny whoop. Okay, so I can feel a little bit of vibration here between 12 and 13. Motor 2. Wow, motor 2 actually, it's worse than motor 1. That's weird. Oh god, motor 3 is a disaster. Yeah, motor 3 is wrecked. Motor 3 is bent down below the bell for sure. Motor 4 is nice and clean. This is super interesting, actually. Okay, let me do this again. Motor 1. Motor 1 is really smooth. And with the propeller on, it was a mess. Motor 2. Motor 2 is a little bit less smooth than 1. With the propeller on, Motor 2 was like super clean. Motor 3 is a lost cause. Motor 4. Motor 4 is nice and clean. So, my thought is that motor 1 is bent up above the bell. Motor 2 is slightly bent below the bell. Motor 3 is obviously bent below the bell. Motor 4 is very slightly bent below the bell. And we can take a look at that to kind of confirm that in a way that I might not be able to show you on camera, but I'm going to try, damn it. So, this is actually easier with the propellers on, but so motor 3 is the one that's really nasty. So if you can hold the motor just right so that you can see the gap between the motor bell and the wire. Look at the gap between the motor bell and the wire and spin the motor around. It's you got to hold the frame really still. There we go. So there you can see that gap. I have to do this with a prop on. It's not going to work without a propeller on. Because you have to be able to spin it very evenly without the rest of the quad moving around. Because it's hard to see it. All right, so look at that gap there. I'm trying to hold it just right. There we go. Let me get it more centered. So it's the gap between the wires and the bell, and you're going to spin the propeller around, and what you're looking for is for that gap to change. It's really hard to do. I need to put this down on the table like this to do it, because you got to be able to, the quad has to stay completely still, because it's like hard to see this. There we go. But you can't see the gap. There you can kind of see the gap. Come on. Got to get it just right. There we go. Now you can see the gap. Ready? So now I'm going to spin this and look for that gap to change. Man, is it hard to see through the camera. But I think you can see there that the bell is wobbling. The bell is noticeably wobbling back and forth. And that's what's causing... This is motor 3. This is the one that's all fakakta. So that's not what you want to see. Motor 1, on the other hand, was nice and clean without the propeller on. And if I spin this one, you're going to look at that gap again between the bell and the wires. All right, this is motor 1. And you got to have like 3 hands to do this. See how that gap isn't changing? So motor number 1 does not have a bent. There you go. You can really see that gap between the wire and the bottom of the bell. And like there's a tiny little bit of a wobble there, but it's much less on motor 1 than motor 3. And I could really feel that in the when I was spinning those motors up. And so we've got that. So now the last thing I want to do is put fresh propellers on here, because maybe the propeller that was on motor 1 was bent up, and maybe it was the reason that motor 1... So, you know, we've got motor 1 that was vibey as hell with the prop on, and then not vibey at all with the prop off. So what that points to is either the motor shaft is bent above the bell. So the reason that I say that is that if you've got the bell and then you've got the motor shaft sticking up, if this motor shaft is bent, when it runs around and vibrates, it doesn't weigh hardly anything. So it's not going to cause a very noticeable vibration in your hand. If the bell is here and the motor shaft going through it, if it is bent down here below the bell, the entire bell is going to wobble, and the bell is much heavier than the motor shaft, so you're going to really be able to feel that vibration. So motor 3, where I can really feel that vibration, obviously the bell is wobbling back and forth, and that's what we could kind of see from that gap from the motor to the wires. Motor 1, we didn't see that gap changing as much. So either motor 1 is bent up above the bell, or the propeller that was on motor 1 is bent, and that's what was causing the vibes. So throw fresh propellers on. And that takes that possibility out of the equation. I'm actually just going to throw a full set of fresh props onto this rig because I have them and I've got some extras coming. And so we've got high right, high left, high left, high left. I need another clean high right. Let me make sure that these are all brand new. And they are indeed. All right, cool. So let's put these fresh props on and we will see what happens. Make sure I put them on. Props out. And Okay. Come on. Get in there. Filthy animal. All right. And of course, we always want to make sure that we're pushing these propellers all the way down on the motor shafts. That's how you prevent the motor shaft from bending up above the bell. Sometimes the props will rise up, like lift themselves up and off of the motor shaft, and then that's when you can bend and ruin the motor shaft up above the bell. Fresh set of motors on here. We're gonna plug it back in, head back into Betaflight, and see if there's any difference. You don't need to like know how much vibration is too much vibration. You're comparing one motor to the next. Luckily, there are 4 motors on these things, so you've got 4 different comparison points. There's almost always going to be at least one motor that's not vibrating as hard as the others, and that's going to be like your control. It's pretty rare that all 4 motors are going to vibrate like crazy, and you're going to be like, well, I guess it's just normal. The way around that is every time you get a fresh set of motors, do this test, and that way you'll know how smooth a set of motors can be when they're absolutely brand new, and then a month later when you spin them up, they will not be that fresh, and you'll have like a little bit of an idea in your mind as to how much vibration is too much vibration. So we are now plugging battery power back in, firing up Betaflight here, motors tab, understand the risks, and let's see, motor 1. Motor 1. Why won't you spin? What are you stuck on, motor 1? That was odd. Whoa. Motor 1 is rubbing a little bit on the frame. Let me round out the duct again here. And we'll give that another shot. There we go. All right, so motor 1. So that's just the motor at a very specific RPM rubbing on the duct. That's not the motor vibrating. I mean, it is vibrating a little bit, but it's mainly just rubbing on the duct. In this 1200 range, I still do feel vibrations, but it's not as bad. Let's check the other motors. Wow, these fresh props are having a really hard time. The tolerances must be really tight on this frame, between the frame and the propeller. And now, like, once I've been beaten up on this, the props are just rubbing on the duct a little bit. Come on, motor 2, come to life. I believe in you. Come on. Shit, where's it rubbing on? What are you rubbing on, brother? It's right there. It's hitting right there. Yeah, it's hitting right there. It's hitting in here. All right, let's try that. Jesus, it's hitting all over the place. There we go. Nice and clean still. Yep, not a lot of vibrations in here. So motor 2 is still good. Motor 3 is rubbing. Try it again. There we go. Motor 3 is just doomed. Motor 4 is rubbing. I'm going to have to pull these fresh props on and put beat up props back on. Motor 4. Ah, come on, motor 4. You can do it. Live. Live, bro. So this is the Weebleed crown frame. Like I said, the tolerances between the propeller and the frame and the duct are really tight. Oh boy. So they are kind of self-clearancing. Yeah, I can't really learn anything from this one because it's hitting the frame so hard that feels like a vibration. Let's try this one more time. Now, yeah, I mean, motor 4 was not a problem though. So what we learned is that motor number 1 with the fresh propeller on it was still a little bit it was still a little, it was noticeably more vibey than motor 2, and motor 4 is a lost cause. But yeah, so motor 3 is like donezo. Motor 3 needs to be replaced. I do have a Weebleed order on the way with another set of these. So I should have gotten 2 extra sets, but I didn't. Come on, get off. Fresh propellers, man, they fit so nice. And then we just take them on, put them off a million times, and they no longer fit all that nice. So yeah, motor 3. What I could do, I do have some extra motor bells, and so I could just pull the C-clips off on this motor 3 and put a another 0702 bell on here, and all be right with the world. I'm gonna continue to beat the hell out of this rig, so I would rather just kind of wait for the correct replacement motors, the 702 32,500 kV Weebleed Screamers, and then I can just replace just these rear 2, and we'll be good to go. These are also like the V2 motors with the slightly different bell. The extra bells that I have are the V1s. So I'm going to leave this alone. I'm going to throw the beat to death propellers back at it. And motor 3 is really bad. I would really kind of like to replace. I know motor 3 is holding this thing back. Let's do this. I'm going to show you how to replace the bells on these things, which is a bit of a nightmare. What's up, Dad? My father is in the chat. All right, so here's what goes into replacing a motor bell. This is going to be really hard to see, but I will try my best. Motor 3 is just a hot mess, and the stator is actually probably fine. It almost always is, but the motor bell is the big problem. And like motor 3 is so bad on this rig that it's the PID loop is overactive. I'm not getting full power, and it's kind of flying like ass. There's even some jello that's showing up. So let me get an extra 0702. I've got a bunch of Happy Model 0702 26,000 kV motors that I'll never use. Stop it, dog. Get out of here. What are you doing, dog? Back up off me. Back up. So, yeah, I can take the bells off of these and swap them. Stop it! Get out of here! Why are you doing this to me? Back up. Back up, dog. This is the extra 802s. That's not what I want. Where are the extra 702s? Is this it? No, these are the 0802 hexes. Nosy dog, get your nose out. Oh my god, Teddy, go chase your toy. Jesus Christ on a cracker. Okay, so that's good. I used to have a whole thing of extra 702s. Where the hell have they gone? This is my extra snowblower bell hex Saiga motors. Here, is it in here? 0702. Nope. What? What? Where? What? Where? Who in the what now? Where in the who in the what? I had a whole bunch of extra 702s. Where? What? What the hell? Maybe I'm not gonna switch the belt. What in the who? Who in the what in the who or the hell? Well, that's weird. Where did they go? Did I eat them? That's the little canopy. I'll be back on the screen in a second, friends. I'm just very confused right now. Did I use them? Yo, what the hell? What? I had a little container. All right, well, change of plans. We're not. I mean, it would either be here or it would be here, and it's not here. So I don't have it. Yeah, that's super weird. I don't know where the hell those went. Okay, so that ain't happening. I'm gonna wait for the Weebly order to get here. Oh man, it was on the desk cam the whole time too. You didn't even have this cam. Yeah, I'm just gonna wait. We will. I'm actually gonna leave this rig taken apart because the Weebly order should be here within the next couple of days. Excuse me, dog. Excuse me. Can I help you? You want to be involved? Then come up here and be involved. Get out of here, doggy. Yeah. This will be thrown away. Where is it? Here it is. Okay. And I'm tempted to throw motor number 1 away, but it's actually not that bad. So, yeah. I'm just going to put this thing aside. And when the replacement Weebly motors come in, yeah, I'm going to throw this away because the bell is trashed. I can't help it. I can't throw it away. The stator is perfectly good, and I might need the stator down the road. So let me show you what I do with these instead of throwing the stators away, which is just basically to remove the bell, which is much easier said than done. Hey, here's one. Here's a Happy Model 702 26,000. Maybe. This might also be a 30,000 kV that I've switched the bell on. Hard to tell. But you can see the difference. Oh, fart. You can see the difference in bell design. This is the old one. Stop it. Stay focused, camera. Stay focused, camera. You have nothing but contrast in the middle of the screen to lock focus on. What is wrong with you? There we go. New, old, new. They're not different sizes. I'm just holding them a different distance from the camera. Old, new. So I'm going to wait for the new. But I am going to save this stator here. I'm going to put this aside. All right, doggy. This is a lot. This is a lot, buddy. So here's what you want to do. On the bottom here, this is going to be all but impossible to show you, especially because Logitech has the worst software and autofocus on the fucking planet. Let's take it off of autofocus. We're going to just set the minimum focus distance on manual, and I'm going to manually move this thing closer and farther away from the camera, which is going to be damn near impossible. So we take our needle nose pliers here, and you get one on the motor shaft and the other one on the little C-clip there, and you just want to work the C-clip down just a little bit, just to get it off. See how there's now a gap right here? Jesus Christ, this is hard to show you. See how there's now a gap right there? That's because I just pushed it down like that. So now this thing is ready to come off. Now you're going to go just one leg against the centerpiece. So kind of like rotate it a little bit like this. This is also now where this C-clip is going to shoot off to Never Never Land. So this is where you want to put your finger over it. I'm going to hope that it doesn't fire off into Never Never Land because I want to show you how to pop this the rest of the way. So for science! And it's gone. Yep, it's gone. It hit the table and just absolutely vanished. So there you go. That's how you lose your C-clips. That's also how you remove the C-clip. If I had just put my finger over this, so in that last step there, you get the needle nose pliers where you want it, and then you just put your finger over it, you can usually catch it between your finger and the thing, and it won't go flying off to C-clip, dead C-clip land, lost in dead C-clip land. And then you've got one little washer here that you're going to carefully remove. And sometimes there'll also be a plastic washer down here. Oh, this is weird. In this case, there's two metal washers. That's interesting. Usually it's one metal and one plastic. And yeah, you can also use your really fine-tipped tweezers at this point. You might actually need to. So let's do that. Make sure you don't stab yourself like I just almost did. And you need to pull it off like dead center. Oh, wow. So we had two metals and one plastic. That's kind of funny. The plastic washer also loves to try to just disappear forever. And now there you go. And now you can see the bushing base in the stator. And you can pull the... I'm going to do it with my fingies. You can pull the stator off of the bell. And there you go. This bell is shot. This motor shaft is bent. This is garbage. But this stator is totally fine. And it's 32,500 kV. So I'm going to hang on to it. I wish it wasn't so goddamn small because I would write 32,500, 3,200, 500, fucking A. Just pretend like I'm making sense at this point. Yeah, I would write 32,500 on it. There we go. What I will do is take a little baggie and write what it is on there. Because otherwise it's going to get lost in the mix and I'm not going to know what KV it is. Sure, you can put the bell on it, put it in the Betaflight, spin it up, and see what RPM it hits, but that you're still kind of guessing. So yeah, I'm just going to write down 32,500 kV on a little tiny baggie. And these are like all kinds of weird shit comes in these little baggies when you buy FPV stuff. Save them. They're really, really nice to have floating around. And I'm also going to put the washers and the C-clip in here. So stator, and then the... Good Lord, it's hard to pick these up. Oh, come on now. Hold on. I literally need to use the tweezers to pick these things up because they're so small. Washer number 1. Washer number 2, which is a little weird. There's usually only one metal washer on there. And then the little Teflon washer as well. And now you've got some extra washers for when, not if, you lose those as well. And yeah, now you can put this in your little box of the 32,500 kV motors that you've obviously kept because you knew that you were going to have spare motors at some point, right? Right? Me either. No, yeah, I actually did. So yeah, there's that. And now we can check another rig. Now we can do all of that over again. I don't think these other rigs are going to be as bad, but I'm super interested to find out. Where did that fresh set of props go? Here's one of them. Here's two of them. Here's 3. So I got right, left. I need another left. Here's a fresh left. Okay, so I got my fresh set of props out again here. Hey, tinywhoop.com has the HQ forever gonna be a prototype tri-blades finally available. The lightest weight tri-blades ever. They are incredibly fragile. I really don't know about them for freestyle, but I did ask Jesse to set a few sets aside for me. We did test the prototypes here forever ago. Jesse sent me a set of the prototypes, and we tested them. They were slightly better than the GemFan 1208s in terms of them being lighter weight, but they were a little too fragile for me. Maybe the production ones are a little bit less fragile. I would absolutely love that. So now we're going to try out the Meteor65 Air framed rig, which has TinyWhoop 0702 30,000 kV motors. Let's see how this thing is. This will also give you guys more to like listen to try to kind of figure out what this should sound like, so that you can sort of troubleshoot your own rigs. So here we go. Connect to Betaflight, motors tab, and these are the whooped ass propeller. These propellers look pretty clean though. The dog loves that sound. He comes running over. Look at him. Oh, you can't see it here. He comes running over. Hold on. Ready? Watch him. Is he still ahead? Look at him. Look at this goddamn dog. Look at him. He's a crazy boy. Stop. Easy. Easy. It's gonna bite you, doggy. It's gonna bite you. The tiny whoop is gonna bite you. Here it is. Look at it. Motor 1 sounds completely fine. Oh my god. Oh, doggy. Relax, 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 buddy. Motor 2. Oh wow, Motor 2 is super smooth. Motor 2 is like amazing. Wow, yeah, that makes Motor 1 seem very vibey. But Motor 1 on this rig is really not as vibey as any of the motors on another rig. Motor 3, super smooth. Motor 4, a little bit beat up. So this is the more typical situation where motors 2 and 4 are a little bit more beat up. But Motor 2 is super clean. Motor 1 is the one that's beat up. Motor 1 and 4. Which is abnormal. I probably moved the motors around on this rig at one point. But all 4 of the motors on this rig are not vibrating hard enough that I'm really concerned. So I'm going to pull this. I'm going to give this one a clean bill of health. And we're going to move on to the last one. Which is the 0702 32,000 kV rig. These motors have seen some shit. These motors are easily 500 batteries deep, with just loads of hard crashes. So these are probably going to be a little bit of a mess. Connect to Betaflight. Here, I can move Betaflight over like this so that you guys can kind of see it. Motors tab. I understand the risks. Here we go. More vibey than all 4 of the motors on the rig that we were just spinning up, but not that bad. Very smooth. Motor 2 is totally fine. Must have been on the rear. Super smooth. Wow, Motor 3 is totally fine. It must have been on the rear. Motor 4. Wow, Motor 4 is really smooth too. What the hell, dude? These motors took some abuse. How are they spinning this clean? Motor 1 will be replaced. Motor 1 is a little bit too vibratey. But the rest of these motors are fine. The master slider is interesting to bring up. You can start to learn about like some different RPMs that like all 4 motors are struggling with. But yeah, I don't know. The master tab doesn't tell you a whole hell of a lot. 55,000. 60,000. Jesus. 55,000. 60,000. Wow. So motors 2 and 4 are giving significantly more kV. That's okay. The PID loop takes care of that. Yeah, motor 1 should be replaced. Hopefully I can get a replacement set of these a full set of these motors from tinywhoop.com, and I will replace motor number 1. But this thing is clean enough where I'm not really worried about it. It's flying completely fine. Last I remember, this is the one in the new Betaflight Cockroach frame. So I've taken most of the juice out of this battery, but there's still a little bit left. 6 batteries a day starting right now. If you haven't gotten your 6 batteries in, what the hell are you doing? Why do I have to keep telling you? You should fly. You should want to fly your ultimate freestyle tiny whoop. It's the best flying tiny whoop in all the land. Do it. Fly it. Come on. All right, we're going to blast through these batteries as quick as I possibly can. And here we go, because I do want to do a little bit more work on the Walksnail 65mm freestyle build. This battery that we took a bunch of juice out of, let's fly it the rest of the way down. Screw it. Let me check it. It might actually be at storage voltage. 3.75. We're not going to fly this one. We're going to fly a fresh one on the charger. So the crown frame is going to get a little bit of a break here. I'm not going to fly the crown frame tonight. So we'll fly another couple of batteries on it at some point so that we can even up the frame testing here. Oh man, this is the AIO that's in rough shape. It is in rougher shape than I've ever seen it right now. What the hell is it doing? It's almost like this VTX needs to warm up for some weird reason. And then it's fine. Oh my god, Teddy's freaking the fuck out. Oh god. Oh god, he's gonna eat it. Back up, doggy. Back up. So this is the build in the Cockroach 65 V3 frame. This is the frame that's impressed me and Quad 66 the most out of all of these new really lightweight frames. At the end of all this testing, I'm just going to call it right now. At the end of all this testing, it's going to be the Cockroach 65 V3 frame and the old school Meteor 65 frame. That little face. That little face just peeks in. Yeah, it's becoming very obvious that the OG Meteor frame and this Cockroach frame are the ones. The Meteor 65 Air frame, I think that we've kind of figured out is just a little bit too fragile, and it just doesn't handle vibrations well enough to not have to pull the PID tune down. Maybe there's some magical filtering. I think the dog just jumped. Maybe there's some magic filtering that can happen. I'm hoping that maybe when Quad 66 gets his hands on one of the airframes, he can get it into black box and figure some magical filter settings out. Look at the thing just stop, man. My god. The Cockroach frame lets you really run pretty serious PID gain numbers. What am my shirt doing on the ground? Teddy, why you gotta knock my shirt on the ground? Oh, so close. Look out, buddy. I got a turtle mode over. Alright, ready? Maybe he'll jump for it. Ready? I want to try to get a good takeoff where he jumps, and then point it down so we can see him jump. But it's hard to like tell him to jump. But for right now, let's just get his little ass exercising. Oh God, 3.3. What's happening here? Okay. So that's the Cockroach 65 V3 frame. Veritas Weasel says, love your t-shirt. Where'd you get it? This t-shirt is a Facebook marketing success story. It's a Neil deGrasse Tyson shirt. You might just be able to find it. Just search Google for Neil deGrasse Tyson t-shirts, and you might be able to find it. This is one of my favorite shirts. It's really good. Maybe type Neil deGrasse Tyson Science Matters shirt. You might be able to find it. But yeah, this was a Facebook ad that I was like, yeah, gotta have it. Gotta have it. Oh, the dog just jumped and I missed it. There's like no telling when he's gonna jump and when he's not going to. No, no, no. Don't eat that. Don't eat it. Don't eat that, bad boy. Don't eat it. I want to shoot the doggy gap so bad. Don't eat it, buddy. Don't eat it. No, no, no. He's eating it. He's eating it. Stop it. Stop, stop, stop. Don't eat it. Don't slobber on it either. What are you doing? Get out of here. Why you gotta be so bad sometimes? Oh, it's all slobbered up. Why do you slobber so much on everything? Oh. It's a little the holiday deer. Leave it alone. Bad, bad. Leave it alone. Jesus. Naughty little boy. Alright. We're good. Everything's fine. Here we go. Whoa, 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 okay, hey, hey, ho, hey, da, ho, doggy, hi, doggy, hi, doggy. Oh, shit, Teddy. I didn't expect him to be there. I almost hit him in the face. He seems to enjoy it, though. I mean, uh-oh. Hi, doggy. Back up. Back up, little one. Go boy. Look at him hiding. Oh! 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 We're out of control. Oh, what a good dog. God damn, what a good dog. Oh boy! Oh, shit! I closed my eyes on that one. Oh, that was such a piss poor attempt on my part. Oh, shit! I took that newbie drone gate to the face. Oh, yo. Oh! 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 Hold on, I will get the dive gap. I will get it. Nah, battery's feeling soft. Battery's feeling soft and not very delicious. Why do you look so angry sometimes, Teddy? Let me fly under you. Let me fly under you. Come on. Just stay right there. Let me fly the Teddy gap. Come on. Let me fly the Teddy spaghetti gap. Leave it open. Leave the Teddy spaghetti gap open. Whoa! Ooh, he was going for it. Oh! I think maybe it was because I was near his toys. He was like protecting his toys. Look out, buddy. Look out. There he is. Oh, he's coming. He coming for it. No, no, no. I thought he was gonna fight it. Look at those floppy ears. Oh man, he is like on high alert. Oh God, sorry Teddy, you okay, buddy? He bit it. He finally bit it. He finally went after it. He seems okay though. He doesn't care. He's invincible. He is invincible, Teddy says. Oh, he flips over. Now the battery's low. So let's just fly it a little bit more. It'll be fine. Yeah, he doesn't care at all. He's just like, more. Let me eat it. Blizzard FPV with a $2 California super chat. He says, build Whoop out of all the garbage parts and fly it. I've done that before. I've built garbage Whoops. They're okay. They're fine. All right, we're gonna move over to the Meteor65 Air framed rig for these last couple of batteries, and maybe tonight's the night that it fully shits the bed. You never know. Let's see what happens here. Meteor65 Air frame, Tiny Whoop 0702 30,000 kV motors, and Mobula 6 ELRS running gear, so to speak. Here we go. Morton Upshot says, a man of my own heart, I can't throw shit away either. It might be used for parts. Hell yeah. Never throw anything away. Ever. CQBFPV says, I have the latest version of Betaflight because it shows up on my other rigs. Could it be that you don't have RPM filtering turned on? Check that. I'm not sure. Skirty Curtis says, have you ever damaged a Mobula 6 ELRS VTX? I performed what I could call a subterranean loop, and now I have about 85% video range. Yeah, the onboard VTX will die eventually. The rig that I was just flying, actually, the VTX is on its way out. It's just, yeah, AIOs suck, man. VTX is built in on board. They fail. The whole thing's gone. It sucks. Okay. Thanks again, Blizzard, for the super chat. Teddy is confused by launch mode. Look at how fuzzy he is. Jesus. Look at him. Have you seen anything like this in in all of your days? The little steps. Hi, buddy. Hi. Ready? I'm gonna do the big jump, and he's gonna jump for it. No, he's gonna hit the underside of my table. Oh, nope, he didn't jump. He knew. All right. Here we go. Oh God, why? Why? Don't. Okay, good. Oh, there he is. There he is. Oh God! Oh God! He's like, what'd you do that for, dummy? Oh, shnikes. All right, we gotta get this dive. Oh, it's so difficult. The newbie drone gates are like exactly small enough. Whoa, whoa, whoa! 2 symbols. Look at us go. Oh! Oh God! Oh boy! Easy, dog. Easy. Yeah. Good boy. Here we go. Gotta get that gap. Oh my God! I chickened out right at the last second there. Ah! Oh! Here we go. Oh, I thought I could just let it hang and have it fall through there. I was sorely mistaken. Oh! Getting close. Usually I'm not that bad at this dive gap. There it was. Oh, still missed it. Damn. Oh, come on. So I'm coming in really low here, and then I'm throwing it up like that to try to give myself as much possible time to get it lined up like that. But I'm still having a hard time with it. There it is. Although I like to let it go through the gap looking straight down. That was kind of like a chicken out there. Ugh! Doggy is now breathing on my hands. That's not enough. Not enough forward momentum. It's hard, dude. Throwing these things into gaps is really tough. That's what she said. Is it? Like a hot dog down a hallway. Here we go. Oh, I mean, it went through. Jesus, I think I'm like under throwing it. Usually I throw it too far and then use the throttle to stop it. Let's try that. Nope, I underthrew it again. Oh, you jerk. Oh, no. Oh, boy. Oh, no. No. I'm taking the walk. Come on, fucker. All right, hold on. Hold on. Ah! Yes! Yes! Nope, we're here. Yeah! Never give up, goddammit! Never walk across the room to retrieve. Oh, this battery is shot. Okay, another one. Meteor65 Air rig, the lightest of the rigs. Here we go. What's up, Ricardo Ferreira? What's your overall opinion on Walksnail? I fucking love it. I'm such a fan of Walksnail at the moment. They've got the light VTX for the tiny whoops. Their big stuff just, yeah, it just works, man. I think it's the best. I think it's the best HD platform that there is. And I also think that all of a sudden there's a bunch more up tilt because I'm going like 7,000 miles an hour and I don't want to be. Let me check it real quick. And yeah, of course. All right, let's pull the up tilt down a little bit. And there we go. Now we've got a little bit of ducked in view on the bottom of the FPV feed. Hello, little dog. Hey! Hey! No, no, no! 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 Yes! What? Hey! Ooh, staying tight on that wall. Woo! Oh God, why would I do that? I tried to pop straight up out of the cube, but if you do that, there's like nothing there. A little doggy walking around. Oh, he gonna help. Oh boy. You can't help, Teddy. I'm good. I'm good, buddy. I appreciate it though. Thank you, little boy. Oh, God. Oh, come on. Let me fly. Let me fly. Ah. Hard time. Oh, God, the violence. Ooh! Oh no! So this has the Meteor65 airframe where the ducts ride really high. So these little tiny crashes where it then spirals out of... Jesus, that was a sound. These little tiny crashes where it then spirals out of control are partially caused by that. One of the things I love the most about the Cockroach frame is that the ducts sit down lower. So there's a better chance that the propeller will hit the duct and keep spinning versus this frame where every time you crash into something, it tends to kind of stall the propeller out because it hits the supports. Oh my goodness. Jimmy James Incorporated. Yeah, it's, words. I've been talking about that for a while. If you need me to explain it better because my brain's not working, just let me know. No. Please, no. Yes. This battery's done. One last battery, friends, and we will be at 5.5 for the day. Really 5, but we'll call it 6. You can just fly 5 some days. Don't fly 6. 6 a day every day, or else. Last battery, Meteor65 airframe. We're actually going to throw this upstairs real quick. And fire it around the room. See what happens. Here we go. Fresh battery. 0702 30,000s. Christmas tree life. Oh, shit. Oh, that hit. That hit like a ton of bricks. What are you doing, Teddy? I'm going to chase you around, dog. Oh. 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 That slammed. He's coming down. Teddy coming down. I set the ceiling fans to pull air like you're supposed to. Oh, shit. Oh, that's it getting wet. That's it getting wet. I think I went right into his water bowl. Shit. Shit. I'll be right back. Damn it. Come on, buddy. Help me find it. No big deal when quads get wet. Get them unplugged as quick as you can, and just put them in front of a fan. No crazy shit needed. Just find a fan, put it right in front of it, let it blow on it for like 24 hours, and it'll be totally fine. I've yet to lose anything to them being fully submerged, and it's happened more times than I can count. So the rest of this last battery we're going to put through the Cockroach 65 frame. Just to get this battery flown down to storage voltage. All right. Teddy has delivered me some more toys. Okay. Man, every single time that I first power this rig up, the VTX is just a mess. I heard the dog. I heard the dog. He's trying to eat it. Come on, dog. The fucking agility, man. The agility. Are you kidding me with this? Shit. Yes. 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 Let's go for the mega power loop. Here we go. Nope. Battery's getting a little sag-a-lot-of-puss. Oh! A big one. Oh, God. What am I doing? Oh, yeah! What was that? That was weird. The angle that happened at was... I didn't expect that. Ah, little dog, you are the fucking best. You are the best dog in the world. Oh, I shut my eyes on that one too. I thought I was gonna hit myself in the eye. Here we go. This battery's dead. All right, good to go. 6 batteries a day, my friends. What a success. What a great success. We had some laughs. The doggy was a crazy boy. Veritatsu says, what type of dog is your puppy? He is a schnoodle. Mainly schnauzer, but he's got poodle hair, which is a requirement because we are all allergic to furry things. So yeah, when you cross poodles with other breeds, a lot of time they get this like curly hair. It's like our hair. And that hair is like hypoallergenic or whatever. So yeah, he's a schnoodle. We think. We actually don't know. He was a rescue, but he's got all of the characteristics of them schnoodles. Schnable. All right, yeah, we did our 6 batteries a day. We did some Q&A. I think I'm a little bit behind on chat, though. Let me get that figured out. Hi, little boy. Why won't you leave me alone? Kevin Sumner says, except that one that went in the sea, right? Thanks, Crossfire, failsafe. Yeah, when they go in the sea, even if you can find them, they're pretty much done. Ricardo Ferreira says, no, we got that. Nick Mucus says, hey, dude, scoping out the RCinpower 25,000 kV motors on Pyrodrone for a future 75mm build. They don't mention wire length or plugs. Does that mean they don't come with any? RCinpower 25,000 kV motors on Pyrodrone. Let me take a look. I actually don't know which motors you're referring to. Let's try this. 25,000 kV. Let's see if that'll find them. Hey! So... Doggy! So I guess you're talking about these. Here's the problem with these motors. This is only a 1mm motor shaft. On a 75mm build, good lord, especially one in this fractal frame. Doggy! Stop it! Stop biting me. Yeah, the 1mm motor shaft is going to get the absolute hell beaten out of it. And it's going to be really rough. So I do not recommend these for a 75mm build because of the 1mm motor shaft. What you really want is to stalk the hell out of tinywhoop.com over the next like week and try to snag a set of the iGal 27,000s or the Snowblower 25,000s. Where the hell are the Snowblowers? I mean, they're bright white, so they're easy to spot. There they are. So yeah, these are what you want. These have a 1.5mm motor shaft on these iGal 802 27,000s and the Snowblower 802 25,000s. And that's going to be so much more durable for a 75mm rig. Get over here. Give me that butt. I'm going to slap it. Slap that butt. Smack, 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 smack. What do you think of that? This is punishment for all the chaos. All right. His butt has been slapped. Enough. All right. Scotty Curtis says, pro tip, when moving C-clips with pliers like that, put both your hands into a plastic grocery bag. If you remove it in the bag will catch it. I do it. I used to do it a little bit different. I just put the motor in the bag, and then I use my hands on the outside of the bag. I'll turn like the bag sideways so that I can put the pliers in the side, and then one left hand outside the bag, motor inside the bag, pliers inside the bag, and then that way when the C-clip pops off, it stays in the bag. The problem with doing that is that it's already hard to get the C-clip off. You've then got a layer of bag in the way, and it's just like a nightmare. I've found that if I do that little trick that I showed you where so the C-clip is like this, you take your needle nose pliers, you put one of the jaws on the motor shaft and the other jaw on both of these, and then you clamp it. That'll push the C-clip off a little bit, and then you take your jaws and you just do the one, and you put your finger up over top. Ever since I've started doing that, I've never actually lost, maybe I lost one C-clip, but that has worked at least 10 times versus one lost C-clip. If you try that a couple times and you can't figure it out, put it into a plastic bag. That's the safest bet. Nate Adams says, excited to be building my first HDZero 65mm Weebleed 702 32,000 kV streamers. Happy Model Cross BT 2.0 Meteor Air True RC Ultra Short. Nate, I'm doing almost the identical build right over here. We're going to start working on it in 1 second. Starting with 31mm gem fan bi-blades. Any other props I should try? No. The HQ bi-blades suck. The top of the prop is not opened, so they're just worthless. And the gem fan bi-blades are brilliant. So yeah, those are the ones. 702 stator size motors really don't have the grunt for anything more than the bi-blades. The new HQ super lightweight tri-blades, yeah, maybe on a lower kV, not on 32,500 kV though. 32,500 kV 0702 gem fan bi-blades only. If you were down at like 28,000 kV or something, yeah, maybe those HQ tri-blades, or maybe even the gem fan 1208 tri-blades, but I still don't like it. I still really only prefer the gem fan bi-blades on the 702s, just to get really good flight performance, because the motor, this is like a very small motor, and the bi-blade is nice and lightweight. So yeah. Veritas, we got that. Veritas says we have 2 golden retrievers and a golden doodle. Doodles are the best. They are. Now we have to go looking for a schnoodle. It's just adorable, man. IB674H. Oh, you typed Claudie. I was like, what the hell? Why is it not in orange? But yeah, it's because the L. If you type, if that L wasn't there and it was an I, it would light up in orange, but I just happened to see it. Is it official Cockroach over the 65? At the moment, over the Meteor 65, yes, for sure. Of the 3 really lightweight frames right now, my least favorite is the Meteor 65 Air. My second place is the Weebleed FPV Crown, but it's still a prototype. The production Weebleed Crown frame is not out yet. Maybe it'll be great. Maybe it'll be better than the prototype, I should say. And my favorite is definitely the Newbie Drone Cockroach 65 V3. All that being said, the OG Meteor 65 frame is really good still. Still a really, really solid choice. I think this is my number 1. The OG Meteor is my number 2, especially with some of the data that Quad 66 has gotten from testing these frames and with black box logs. Basically what he's seeing is that the old school Meteor frame is doing the best in terms of vibration isolation versus the Cockroach 65. The Cockroach 65 V3 though is doing okay. It's doing fine, but the old school Meteor is just a little bit better in terms of black box data. So yeah, there's that. I'm missing a... Oh, it's in front of the fan, right, because it took a bath. That is fine. Okay, so let's do something on this Walksnail build to just kind of keep the train rolling. What do you say? Hey, what do you say? What is it that you say? Hold on, I'm opening up a second tab here with the I just want to have tabs open with the motors that I want, so that as they come in stock, I can throw them in my cart. So these are the, wait, no, these are the 702s. I'm good on those. I have the Moon Travelers opened. Cool. And then I would like another set of these iGows, and I would like another set of these snowblowers. Okay, cool. So now we are good. All right, awesome. So let's start wiring this build together. I've figured out how I'm going to get a little bit more height out of these guys. I showed you the other day. I am E6000ing these little M2 rubber grommets that I found a while ago. Not rubber grommets, O-rings. So, all right. This USB port is going to face rearward, and then I figured out that the I'm going to mount this exactly like I did previously. I'm not going to change the orientation of this. So these cables are going to have to go, I think I'm going to bring them over here. Bring these cables over to this side and then drop, maybe not. Hold on. Let me see how I did the other one. So on this one, that's exactly what I did. Yep, I ran the cables right off there. So I'm gonna do this build absolutely identical to the way that it was. This is a rebuild, actually. We did this build once already, but then I tore it apart and I put it into the fractal frame because I'm doing more cinematic-ish shit with it. But yeah, I'm gonna do this exactly the same way. This really, I think this is the way to do this build. I think this is really the right way to do this 65mm build, which is to take these wires and just 90-degree them to the side like this. And I like to do this shit all super clean. You don't have to, but it helps. It's not that much work, so you might as well have it look nice. So put them around here, wrap them around this corner really hard to put like just sort of a crease in them. And by running these wires up a little bit, not like pulling them off to the side, you're giving yourself a little bit of extra wire room in case you need it down the road someday. So yeah, run them over like that, fold it around the corner to get them sticking out the bottom, and then we can figure out how much cable length we need. So the pads, I need to look at the silk screening under a 5X loop. We've got, Jesus, these pads are small. So the power and ground, we're going to pull right off of the battery lead. And then video in, ground. Where the hell are the TX and RX pads? Oh, they're off on the side. That's right. Yeah, this is the Happy Model Cross. That's right. This is not the Betaflight Cross AIO. Okay, so the TX and RX pads are off on the side of this damn thing over here. This is where the USB is and the power leads are, and then the RX and TX is going to be either over here on this side or over here on this side. It doesn't really matter. So okay, let's figure that out. So power and ground, we'll get those the right length first here. This is the way the board's going to sit. So power and ground need to basically just end up in the middle here. Which is which? Ground is closer. Power is a little bit longer. So I'm just going to cut these guys down to the right length real quick. All right, TX and RX, let's get these guys out of the way. Okay, what did I say? Ground is on the left. So ground is going to be a little bit shorter. Power is going to be a little bit longer. And I need them to go about this far. Ground is shorter, power is longer. Okay, so I want to cut the power right about here. And then I want to cut the ground a little bit shorter. So I'll cut the ground back here. Getting these wires cut just the right length is going to make it a little bit cleaner, but it's also going to allow you to put these components closer to one another. So it's kind of important. In my opinion, it's important. There's a chance I cut these a little bit too short. I'm not even going to lie to you right now. But worst case, I can solder these on at a 90-degree angle if I need the extra little bit of... because these the power and ground from the VTX, in my opinion, you want it to pull VBAT right off the battery. This VTX has a 5-volt regulator built into it, so let's let that do the 5-volt regulation rather than hooking this up to a 5-volt regulator that's already on the AIO. And then you've got like 2 5-volt regulators face to face trying to smack each other around. I've found that powering these Walksnail light VTXs off of VBAT works really, really well. So just stripped a tiny little bit off there. Now let me tin these just so that I don't have little individual strands of wire peeking out. I actually need to do the battery lead first, because the solder blobs on the top of the battery lead are what I'm going to hook these guys up to get it power. So let's get this rolling here. Let's just... All right, the tip of my soldering iron is filthy. And all right, cool. So let's get these tinned up just so that all the strands of wire are together and happy. All right, there we go with that. And here we go with the VBAT lead. Okay, good to go. All right, now for the TX and RX, let's figure out which pad they're going to go to. So this thing is going to sit like this, and then they can go either over here or they can come back to the other side. I think we're going to go over here with them because that's a little bit closer. And we are going to have a little bit of a log jam with the MIPI. So maybe I will go across. Actually, I don't have enough cable length to reach the other side unless I pull them down this way, which I totally could. Let me just think about this for a second. So the MIPI is going to come up and over. These guys can kind of go down and around. Yeah, okay, this will be fine. So they're going to go down and around the MIPI, basically like this. Jesus, come on! Wire! Come on, dude! There we go. So yeah, they're going to go down and around like that. And hopefully they don't cross over, but even if they do, we're going to be okay. I don't know if I'm going to cut these. These might be just the right length. They're a little bit too long. Gray is TX, and that's going to hook up to RX. Jesus, the silk screening is so small on these. There might not even be silk screening on these outer pads. Regardless, I need to remove this rubber grommet here, so let's get that the hell out of there. Otherwise, I'm going to melt the damn thing when I try to solder to these holes because they're right next to it. Buddy, what are you doing? Teddy? Get out of there. All right, so that grommet is out of there. Let's see if there is any silk screening. There is not any silk screening, so I need to look up the wiring diagram on the information superhighway. Happy model cross AIO. And there we go. Okay, so the TX is towards the battery leads. TX1 is towards the battery leads. Let me make sure I've got the right one here, though. Am I going to that one on that side? Yeah, I am. Okay, so yeah, TX is closer to the battery leads. Get over here! Get, I'm gonna beat you! Call the fucking SPCA on me for beating this dog senseless. TX is towards... Oh shit, my little O-ring that I'd glued on just popped off. That's annoying. I'll be alright though. I'll re-glue it. Okay, so TX is there. So with this thing mounted, I want white to go to the TX. Okay, so white goes to TX. This is gonna sit like this. Oh, cool. They're not gonna cross each other. Awesome. They're not gonna cross each other. Okay, that's great. So white is going to the TX, so we can just kind of like lay these like this, and then they are ever so slightly too long, so I'm just gonna clip them back just the tiniest little bit, so that we've got the shortest wire runs possible, also so that the like I said earlier, so that these two boards can sit as close as possible to one another. So got those cut to length. Let's strip them, tin them, and then I think maybe I'll solder these guys down. The first thing I'm going to have to solder down, though, is the battery lead. Luckily, I have one that I think is going to work. I think it'll be just barely long enough. We'll see. Okay, that's good to go. Let's push this silicone back a little bit here. And push this one back a little bit here. Good deal. Okay. We're gonna tin these guys. Don't tin these above the board like this. This is a stupid thing to do. Do as I say, not as I do, as always. Not as always. I usually do the right thing. Okay, there we go. So, TX is the white. Let's try to get these. Let's try to do these first. Boy, oh boy, that is small. I would love to try to show you guys this on the close-up cam, but this is so small that I'm going to struggle to do it. Scritty Curtis says, do you have any idea when Tiny Whoop is restocking? Within the next couple of days. Okay, here we go. Here we go. So, I'm going to try to get this. So the white one needs to go in this outer. This is going to be fiddly. This is going to be fiddly as farts. So the white needs to go to that one. So if this is sitting up like this, it's going to be sitting up like this. And then, okay. Okay. All right, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to stand this guy up. And then the white one. Ooh, this is going to be tough, man. I cut these. I did not make this easy on myself. I cut these really, really, really short. But it's going to be super clean if I can get it. I mean, I'm sure I'll get it, but Okay, so the white one is going to this pad here. Let's see if I can pull this off. I'm going to clean the tip of the soldering iron really good. I'm going to pick up a little bit of solder on the soldering iron that I can hold up to the bottom of the through hole, and then I'm going to try to put the wire through there. I'm actually going to do it with my bare hands. I've got the hands of a bear. Here we go. I know this is kind of off the side, but I just, this is going to be really difficult to do, so I need to put this in a place that I can do this rather than you can see it. So here we go. Shit, so I did not have like the wire ready before I brought the soldering iron tip in. That's a amateur hour mistake. I still didn't have it quite right. So what's going on is the flight controller keeps moving, so I need to really push it into the putty. Okay, here we go. There we go. And now it's through, and we're good to go. Let's move right on to the RX pad, and flight controller starting to move around again. Push it down. Jesus. Okay, I've actually just got the wire through the hole right now, and hold on. Pick up some fresh solder. Hold it on the bottom of the through hole. Give it a second to kind of penetrate. Alright, that should be good. Let's look at the bottoms of both of them. I'm going to pick up some fresh solder and just make sure that I have enough solder on the white side. The gray one I'm happy with. The white one kind of ran out of flux though, so let's just really quickly come on here. And there we go. And now, while they're still kind of warm, I'm going to bend these over so that they're nice and flat to the surface here. And there we have it. Boy, oh boy, that is a tiny little soldering job there. So hopefully this will focus. But probably not. There we go. All right, so there they are. Come on, man. Got all the contrast in the world to focus on. Please focus. Oh my God, you fucking piece of shit. Oh, somehow the Logitech software shut all the way down. This is the 922. Let's just pull this up. Maybe we can get it to manually focus. There we go. Okay. So, those two top ones, the two top little shiny bastards, and then here it is on this side. And we just bent them over so that they'll sit nice and flat, and then they run up and link up there. So there we have that. Now we can get the other stuff going here. The power leads going. No real reason to do those first. Just doing stuff in whatever order. All right, so the power leads are going to need to go in here, so I'm going to need to do the same thing here, get the board so that it's in this putty in a way that it's being held pretty firm. So just mold the putty around the board, give it a little wiggle. Still not quite good enough. Now it's good. All right, nerd goggles going on. And I've got a power lead somewhere. Fuck? Where'd it go? It's been sitting here for days. when I crashed the tiny whoop here earlier, it probably sent it flying. God damn it. Dude, come on. Come on now. Oh, there it is. Got it. Got it. Teddy, you are just non-stop jumping on my lap, brother. Take it easy. Take it easy. Here we go. All right, so I need to flatten this power lead out a little bit. It's kind of, I need to round it out, I should say. Yeah, it's looking, oh, nope, it's not looking good. There's a big cluster of wires off to the side. There we go, that's looking better. Okay. Perfect. All right. Positive looks nice and round. The negative is almost there. Yeah, there we go. That should be good. Okay. Both power leads are round enough to go through the through holes now. So let's get this figured out. We've got ground on this side. Beautiful. That's going to have these leads sit properly. Very cool. All right, so let's do the ground first just because it was the first one to go through the little hole. Here's what I will say. The power lead, the battery lead holes in this flight controller are nice and big. I do dig this. So I'm going to put it through the little hole, and now I'm going to pre-bend a little 90-degree in this thing. I'm actually going to take this out. Oh God, I'm glad that I took this out to look. So yeah, I'm going to pre-put a little 90 into this so that it sits properly in the little hole there. And I'm going to do the same thing on this side. No! Oh, no, dog! What the fuck? Why would you eat the one goddamn thing? What is wrong with you? Teddy, what? The one thing that you can't eat. Oh, you fucker, you. You can still kind of see it. God damn it. No, you can still totally see it. Dog, what the fuck, man? Stop eating. Why? Bad boy. Bad, 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 bad. All right. Here we go. Let me tin this this ground lead here. It's not tinned enough. There's like a strand of wire that keeps trying to escape, and that's never a good thing. So let me just get a little bit more solder on here. I've got a really cool how-to beginner soldering document that my dad dug up from his college in New Jersey days that I'm going to put up on the Discord. Not Discord, Patreon. So look out for that, patrons. You can join my Patreon for as little as $3 a month. That's like 7.5 cents per hour of live streaming content. That's a pretty good deal, isn't it? All right, this flight controller is not sitting in here right. Let me do it. Put it on side like this. Whatever you have to do to get the wires like into the right position, just do it. Trust yourself. There we go. Okay. Come on. Why is this? It was going perfectly through the through hole a minute ago. Now all of a sudden it's fighting me. Must be from the extra solder that I added. It is in there enough though. It is going all the way through the through hole, so there will be plenty of plenty of strength. And so I'm just gonna try to put this thing down in a way that, yeah, There we go. That's fine. That's fine. So now I can actually add a little bit of solder to the top of this. So let's get that ready, and we're gonna put the tip of the soldering iron on one side of the through hole, and then we're gonna add this really thin solder on the other side, and that'll push the solder down into the through hole real nice. I've got my nerd goggles on. Again, I cannot show you guys. I just can't show you guys what I'm doing here. You have to just kind of imagine it. I can't use that little detail camera. It just will not. It'll get too much in my way, and I won't be able to do this. This is hard work. This is tough. The solder is currently stuck. Okay. So now this is the ground pad, so it is going to take longer to heat up. It is going to absorb more heat, but we are now good to go. All right, cool. Positive lead is done. Sorry, the ground lead is done. Now we need to come in here and take care of the VBAT lead here. Same kind of deal. Run it up through the through hole, and I'm going to put the tip of the soldering iron on one side and feed some solder in the other. Easy, buddy, easy. Jesus Christ, dog, relax. Teddy, easy, buddy. Too much. A little bit too much. I'm actually going to snip this down a little bit. It's a little too long. Gotta remember that I need to solder 30 gauge wires down on top of this. Still didn't cut enough of it off. Come on. Teddy, please no. Teddy, please no. There we go. I think that's about right. I think that'll flatten out nice once I bring some solder into it. Let's find out. Here we go. Ouch. I just hit my head on the lamp. All right. Jesus, this is difficult. All right, there it goes, melting. Adding some solder. Good to go. All right, perfect. So now we need to look on the bottom to see if we can see if there was penetration on the actual solder. There is on both. It didn't completely cover up the copper, but that's okay. It's kind of close enough. The battery leads are long enough. And yeah, that should be good to go. That looks nice and strong. And so now the last step is going to be to solder up the Walksnail power leads to the tops of those two guys that I just did. So let's put this board in the orientation that it's going to sort of live, so that I can make sure that these guys do and or don't cross over each other the way that we want them to. So yeah, this is going to sit up here like this, and then oh, look at that, they are crossing over each other. That's annoying, but not the end of the world. That's fine. Okay, so yeah, these guys are going to sit down here, all the way down here like that. And then these power leads, yeah, these actually all have to cross over one another. So why don't I just do that on the top of the board? Why don't I just get them all to cross on the top of the board? Yeah, like Okay, so it's going to be like a little bundle of snakes on the top of the board, but that's kind of is what it is. It'll be fine. That's going to go down there. This guy's going to go here. Okay, so this is going to be tough. This is going to be the hard part for sure. Because wire length is going to become like a real issue. But this is going to be mega neat when it's done. So ground is on this side. That's the short one. So the short one there. And then the other one. Yeah. Yeah. Hold on. What if I rotate this all the way around like that? What happens then? There's the battery lead. There's this. Now they still cross. Okay. Okay, so it doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter which direction this guy goes in. So I'm going to go back to the way it was. Okay. All right. That's looking good. So that crosses, and then these guys are going to go like that so that they have the straightest shot possible. And all right, so let's do the ground first. I need to kind of balance this. And I want these leads pointing out in this direction, so I'm actually just going to grab this and push this guy into the thermal putty. And yeah, there we go. We're good. Go, go, go. And here we go. All right, that was stupid. Let's get some flux on there. Okay. And I need to put the nerd goggles on. I can't see what the hell I'm doing here. All right, so we got some flux on there. We got a bunch of flux on there, actually. Nerd goggles, here we go. Best I can do. Jesus, you're gonna lose the overhead cam, but this should be a better view. Anyway, push this down to hold it in. Clean the tip of the soldering iron. Let's give this a shot. And I'm coming down at a weird angle, but I think with how much flux I added, we'll be okay. Oh boy. It's not loving life. Pick up a little bit of solder on the tip of the iron. Try one more time. Oh, there we go. That's the one. There it is. There it is. Okay, great. That looks terrific. Let's just make sure that I didn't push the ground lead out of the bottom. I did not. We're still good there. All right, cool. And so now I just need to make sure that the VBAT lead is going through properly. And I'm going to run it under this. So I'm going to pull it, fish it right through like that. Shit, come on now. Oh, this is the ultra fiddly bit. There we go. All right, so that's running under. Let's move this antenna the hell out of the way. And, okay. This guy's going to hook up with that lead. We should still have some flux on there. Okay, that's in position. Clean the tip, pick up a little bit more solder, drop it on, and the soldering will be done on this rig, hopefully. Let's see. Let's see if I can get it. Picking up some solder. Get the wire perfect. Here we go. Awesome. The only thing that happened is the wire is sitting up kind of high. I would love to get the wire down a little bit, but I don't know if I can do that because there's just components all over the place here. Can I push this in? But nope, there's nothing I can do about that. That's as good as it's gonna get. There are little capacitors like right here, so this wire will not sit any flatter than that. Let's make sure that I didn't push the positive lead out the bottom, and I did not. So we are good to go. That is all the soldering that needs to be done on this. That's tough, man. Like, yeah, the pads are tiny. You're putting two wires into the same through hole. That's pretty difficult. I'll be honest. This is not a beginner build. That's for damn sure. But it's totally doable. Totally effing doable. And there we have it. That's how that wiring is going to run. This is going to... let's see if it's long enough. Wait, shit. Why does that feel so... Nope, it's good. It's good. The positive lead is a little bit tight, but I think we're going to be okay. I can always pull it over a little bit for a little bit extra. This is not going to be the sexiest looking rig, sexiest looking wiring, because they are crossing over each other quite a bit, but it's going to be fine. I need to get these gray and white cables to kind of cooperate. They're not wanting to sit in the right position. Once the MIPI is plugged in, though, I think it'll actually help that a little bit. But yeah, these guys need to be inboard a little bit like that. So yeah, this is looking good, man. Not quite as pretty as the other one, but still plenty pretty. Yeah, this is kind of a clusterfuck here with these wires, but whatever, it's gonna work. It's gonna work totally fine. These guys need to just sit flat and then go inward. Come on. There it is. There it is. Okay, so yeah, they sit flat. They need to sit flat down this way, though, because the MIPI needs to take up that space. Jesus, yeah, this is tough. But there we go. That should be fine. I did cut that power lead a little too short. That was my mistake. But it's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be just fine. Man, is it gonna be ugly though? You know, it'll be hidden under the canopy, so you won't even be able to tell how ugly this is. I'm just trying to get these wires like kind of molded down so that they stay where they need to be. I think I just got it. Yeah, I think that's it. And now when I put this flat, yeah, okay. Yeah, once I have E6000, these little grommets on top, there will be enough of a gap. Right now, there's not quite enough of a gap. The wires are all fakakta, but it's going to be okay. I don't even have the camera for this yet, so I'm still waiting on that. But yeah, that's the bulk of the work right there. Now it's just getting fiddly with it and getting it to kind of hang out. So this build is almost done. This is looking great. I can put this grommet back in here in theory. See if I can sneak it in on the side here without ruining the way that these cables are all laying. I should have done this a minute ago. I should have done this before I fugged around with those cables. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do this the hard way. So you pinch it. Oh, shit. Sorry. You pinch it, push it through, hold it with your other finger, pinch it again, push it through some more, hold it with your finger, pinch it, push it through. Once you get a bunch of it through, you can come with your fingernail and pull it the rest of the way. And there you go. And I'm putting these grommets in kind of upside down because I'm using the thick part of the grommet to space out the flight controller from the VTX. It's not quite thick enough, so I'm going to have to do even more with that, but I'm doing that with these little rubber O-rings, which is fine. Yeah, this is looking okay. I wish those wires didn't cross over. That's something that's actually giving me hell right now. But it should be fine. And there's really nothing that can be done about it. I mean, I can let them cross over. Yeah, actually, I'm going to let them cross over each other above the board rather than below the board. This is the games that you have to play with these infinitely tight, cramped kind of builds. The wires have to lay just right. Like, everything has to be absolutely perfect, or else it's not going to clear. You're going to have wires banging into the gyro, weird shit like that. But yeah, this is looking fine. One over that one, and that one over this one. Yeah. Cool. All right. Those wires are laying the way that they need to. We are good to go. So next time, I mean, outside of the stream, I'm going to E6000 a full set of these little rubber washers on top of those guys, and then we can drop this whole thing into the frame, and then I'm just waiting on the camera. Plug the camera in via MIPI, mount it up in here, and screw everything down, and we will have an 0603 30,000 kV powered Freestyle Walksnail 1S Tiny Whoop. Freestyle Tiny Whoop. And all will be right with the world. Thanks for hanging, my friends. I hope you have an awesome rest of your week. Morton Upshot says, what screws would you use on a Walksnail fractal build? The small, long ones, or drill out the frame to M2 holes? I've been drilling the frame out to M2 holes on all of the fractal builds. It's just really convenient. The grommets are meant to have M2 screws in the middle of them, so it just kind of makes sense to do it. I've done that twice now on the stream if you want to look at me do it, but it's not rocket science. I did it just recently with the cinematic build. I do call out the specific size that you want to drill it out to in that live stream, though, so maybe do look that up. You can drill it too big, and you don't want to use a tap. Let the M2 screws themselves be the tap. I want to say I drilled it out to 1.4 millimeter, but watch that live stream because I drilled one of the holes out too big. Good to go. Thanks for hanging, friends. My name is Aaron Ciotti, CiottiFPV.com. To support me on this crazy adventure, be good. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. Here's some more flying with Mike from GemFan. I'll see you on Friday. I opened this file up and then I immediately closed it. Say from Hasten? This could be cool. Is this file gonna open, or is it just okay? That's okay. There we go. All right, friends, be good. Thanks for hanging. Love you. Bye bye.